Exercise on relation between the two roots of the second degree equation and the coefficients of its terms. Question number 1. Without solving the equation, find the sum and the product of the two roots in each of the following equations. To solve this problem, we must remember the sum. What is the sum of these two roots and the product of the two roots? If the two roots of any equation, of any quadratic equation, are L and M, so the sum of these two roots, L plus M, equals the negative coefficient of x over coefficient of x square. So it is negative b over a. In this quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. And the sum of these two roots, Lm, equals the absolute term is c over a. Okay, now back to this equation. Without solving the equation, find the sum and the product of the two roots in each of the following. First equation here, we have 2x squared plus x minus 6 equals 0. So a equals 2 and b equals 1 and c equals negative 6. Let the two roots are L and M, so L plus M, it is the sum of the two roots, equals negative b over a, negative coefficient of x over coefficient of x square, which equal negative 1 over 2, which equal half. So this is the sum of the two roots. And the Lm equals c over a. What is the value of c in this equation? It is negative 6 over a, which equal 2. So the result equals negative 3. Okay, now with respect to the second equation, we have here in B, we must determine the values of A, it is the coefficient of x squared, equals 3, and B equals negative 23, and C equals positive 30. It's better to put this equation in the form of equation equal 0. So it will be 3x squared minus 23x plus 30 equals 0. So here is A, and the negative 23 is B, and the C is 30, positive 30. Now to answer these two parts, first the sum of the two roots equals L plus M, such that L and M are the two roots of this equation, equals according to the first rule, equals negative b over a. You have to memorize it. Equals negative 23 over a, which equal 3. So the result equals 23 over 3. And the product of the two roots, it is Lm, L multiply M, equals c over a. What is the value of c? We have c equals positive 30. So 30 over a over 3, which equal 10. So the sum of the two roots of this equation here, the sum of the two roots equals 23/3 and the product equals 10. Now we will solve letter C. The equation is 2x minus 3 multiply x plus 2. First we write the equation here. So in C we can deduce that 2x minus 3 equals 0 and x plus 2 equals 0. Again we have 2x minus 3 multiply x plus 2 equals 0. So the first bracket equals 0 and or the second bracket equals 0. As you know, if you have any two quantities, x multiply y equals 0. So x equals 0 or y equals 0 or both, or x equals y equals 0. So here we have 2x minus 3 equals 0 or x plus 2 equals 0. This implies, so when 2x minus 3 equals 0, it means 2x equals 3 and then x equals 3/2, dividing both sides by 2. And here we have x plus 2 equals 0, it means x equals -2. So the first root is 3/2 and the second root is -2. So the sum of the two roots, L plus M, equals 3/2 plus -2 and the product LM equals 3/2 multiply -2. So the result here 3 plus 3/2. So here we have 2, here 3, 2 multiply -2, it is -4. So the sum here is -1/2 and the product here we have 2, 3/2 multiply -2 equals -3. Question number 2. If the product of the two roots of the equation 3x squared plus x minus c equals 0 is -8/3, find the value of c, then solve the equation. So here we wanted to calculate the value of c and we wanted to know the two roots of this equation. We wanted to solve this equation. We must calculate the two roots of this equation. Of course, after calculating the value of c. So solution, we have 3x squared plus 10x minus c equals 0. And we have a equals 3 and b equals 10 and c equals -c. It is the absolute term equals -c. Okay, now from the given, the product of the two roots, it means c/a equals -8/3. -8/3. Again, if the product of the two roots of the equation is -8/3. What is the mean of the product? It is the absolute term c over the coefficient of x. But in this equation, the absolute term equals -c over a equals 3 equals -8/3. and multiplying both sides by -1, so we can get rid of this negative sign here. So, and also we can simplify all multiplying both sides by 3. So we have C equals 8. C equals 8. Okay, now the equation will be 3x squared plus 10x minus 8 equals 0. We calculate C equals 8. So the new equation will be 3x squared plus 10x minus equals 0. What is the meaning of solving the equation? Solving of the equation is to find the two roots. Here we will factorize left hand side like this equals 0. We have 3x squared, it is 3x multiply x, and the negative 8 equals 2 multiply 4. Okay, again 3x squared, it is 3x multiply x, and the negative 8 equals negative 2 multiply positive 4. Note that the product of the means equals negative 2x plus the product of the extremes. The extremes here is 3x multiply 4 equals 12x. Their sum equals negative 2 plus 12 equals positive 10x. 10x here is the middle term. Okay, now we have 3x minus 2 equals 0, or x plus 4 equals 0. So 3x equals 2, or x equals negative 4. It means x equals 2 over 3 and x equals negative 4. And the solution set of this equation equals 2 over 3 and negative 4. Now we'll go to next question. Now to solve number 3 solution, we have here the sum of the two roots of this equation. The sum of the two roots, it is L plus M. The sum of the two roots equals negative 3 over 2. It is given. Also the sum of the two roots, as you know, it is negative coefficient of x over coefficient of x squared. So we can write L plus M equals negative coefficient of x negative b over coefficient of x squared, which equal 2. So L plus M equals negative 3 over 2, and L plus M equals negative b over 2. So we can deduce that negative 3 over 2 equals negative b over 2. And then multiplying both sides by negative 2, we have 3 equals b. So it means b equals 3. And this is the first required. Find b. b equals 3. And now we have the equation. It will be in the form 2x squared plus 3x minus 5 equals 0. Find b, then solve the equation. We can solve the equation as follows. By factorize the left hand side into two factors, the product of two factors. Here we have 2x squared, it is 2x multiply x, and negative 5 is positive 5 multiply 1. Now investigate the correct solution. Multiplying the means here equals 5x plus the product of the extremes equals 2x multiply 1 equals 2x. So 5x plus 2x equals 7x. Why? It is wrong. Why? Because the middle term here it is 3x. Where is the wrong here? Where is the mistake here? The mistake here, we said negative 5 equals positive 5 multiply 1. 5 multiply 1 equals positive 5, not negative 5. So we must change one of these two signs. So I'll delete it here and I'll convert it to negative. Now 5 multiply negative 1 equals negative 5, and we make a test again. The product of the means 5 multiply x equals 5x, and the product of the extremes 2x multiply negative 1 equals negative 2x, and their sum equals 5 plus negative 2 equals positive 3x. So it is a right solution. Now we complete. We have 2x multiply 2x plus 5 multiply x minus 1 equals 0. It means 2x plus 5 equals 0. Indicate x equals negative 5 over 2, or x minus 1 equals 0. The second factor here, x minus 1 equals 0. It means x equals 1. So the solution set of the equation is negative 5 over 2 and 1. Now back again to question number 4. Here if 2 plus I is one of the two roots of the equation x squared minus 4x plus b equals 0. Here we have a complex number 2 plus I. 2 plus I is one of the two roots. So solution: if 2 plus I is one of the two roots, then the other root will be the conjugate of the first root. The first root is 2 plus I. Its conjugate equals 2 minus I. Here, where b belongs to R, means b is a real number. Real number. Find the other root. So the other root equals, so here is the solution of the first. B, find the value of b. B here is c. Now when we wanted to write the coefficients of this equation, a equals 1 and b equals negative 4 and c equals positive b. C here equals positive b. Positive b is the absolute term. The absolute term. Here is c and b and a. Okay, how we can deduce the value of b? The value of c. b is equal c. What is the relation between c and a? Actually, we have the product of the two roots L multiply M equals the absolute term c over a. A is the coefficient of x squared. So the first root is 2 plus I. Multiply the second root is 2 minus I equals c. Don't forget, C equals B, B over A, and A equals 1. So, you know, when you multiply 2 plus I multiply 2 minus I, we multiply first by first. Okay, 2 multiply 2 equals 4. 2 multiply negative I, negative 2I, plus I multiply 2, 2I. I multiply negative I, negative I square. All of this equals B over 1, which equal B. The right hand side equals B. Now, 4 negative 2I plus 2I equals 0, minus I square equals negative 1. So the result here, 4 plus 1 equals 5. So this is the value of B. So the new equation will be x square minus 4x plus 5 here equals 0. Now we can check this answer. We can find the two roots of the equation using calculator, and we'll see what happened. Here we have the calculator, and we write the coefficients of this equation. First we press mode equation. Here it is number 5. We wanted to solve second degree equation, quadratic equation, so we have to press 3. Now we have A, B, C. What is the value of A? The value of A is 1. So we press 1 and equal. What is the value of B? It is negative 4. Negative 4. So back to here, to the calculator, we write negative 4. To write C, we must press equal again. C, what is the value of C? It is negative 5. It is positive 5. So we write 5 and we write equal. So the first root is x1 is 2 plus I. 2 plus I here. 2 plus I. And the second root, we reduce it, we press equals again. It is 2 minus I. So we can say that we got the right solution. Okay. I hope you understand everything. Till we meet again, goodbye and good luck.